Hi everyone, my name is Zoe. Can you all see the slide that I'm sharing?
Yep.
Cool, thank you. I'll throw those slides away pretty soon, but it helps to get us through a nice smooth introduction. So I'd really like to start by first welcoming you. This is a cute picture of one of our travel trainers and trainees. I love that photo. It shows that sense of camaraderie and community that we try really hard to capture with our whole group here. And here's just a little really brief overview of what we're doing today. First, I'm going to facilitate us through some introductions. I'll start and then I'll call on folks so that we all know when to talk. Afterwards, I'm going to welcome Ashley from DRMAC, and she's going to show us how to use the Getting There app. That is their wonderful new app for smartphones that takes their old DRMAC Getting There Guide booklet and turns it into a nifty little application on your phone so you can travel around with it and have it wherever you are. Then we'll do a quick discussion with some of our favorite hobbies that we're working on while we are isolating at this time, or not, you know. And then we'll have a couple of closing messages, but there's just two quick rules: share often and share briefly. And I'm going to show you now really quick how to interact with the chat just as soon as I figure out my buttons. I'm gonna stop sharing this and start sharing this. Cool. All right, now you should see what I see on Zoom. To click on the chat, you find this little nifty button here. That'll pop it up. You can click and type your message in here, and all you do is hit enter to send. So if you're feeling nervous about sharing something, but you really want to, just pop it into the chat and we'll make sure that we're all talking about it. And of course, you can click this and private message anyone else who's participating. So if you have a friend you want to say hi to, go ahead, say hello. Does anyone have any questions before we get started with intros? Fantastic. If you do, just interrupt me. I love working remotely too, Elaine. I have been having a heck of a fun time setting up my home office and changing it every day. So hi, everyone. I'm going to get started. First, my name is Zoe DeVito. Please tell me too how you know VIA. So I know VIA because I am the Development and Partnerships Manager. I host and facilitate these Monday morning cups. I love it. I love talking with you all every first Monday of the month. And Lindsay, will you please go next? I'll start calling on folks to share your name and how you know us.
Thanks, Zoe. My name is Lindsay Morris. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at VIA. I've been with VIA for 6.5-ish years now, so it's been a while. Yeah. Did I miss a question? Am I supposed to say what I'm drinking? We normally do that. I'm having some tea this morning.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. That's the whole thing with the Monday morning cup. I've got raspberry tea this morning. Thanks, Lindsay, for sharing. Esther, your name, how you know VIA, and what you're drinking this morning.
Hi, my name is Esther, and I'm actually drinking coffee. I work with Lindsay and the communications teams, and I have been with VIA for 15 years. So I've actually seen special transit evolve into VIA. So I've actually seen the organization evolve, and it's been quite a ride.
Thank you so much, Esther. Hi, Joyce. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Joyce Gallagher, and I'm drinking water. And I know, yes, because I write it for the last 4.5 years.
I've been a writer with us for 4.5 years. That's wonderful. Thank you. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Doty. I'm the program manager that oversees the Getting There app with DRMAC. And I've only been here for a month and a half, but I worked with VIA Before that, I was a patient navigator with the American Cancer Society, so I referred and helped set up rides through VIA as well for the last 6.5 years. So very familiar with VIA.
Wonderful, thank you. Hi, Heather.
Hi, my name is Heather. I was a volunteer driver about 2 years ago for about 9 months. And I attended one other one. It was with the farmers market presentation. I really enjoyed that.
Wonderful, thank you, Heather. Thanks for coming back. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Yes, and next, Joan, hi.
Hi, Zoe. Hi, everyone. My name is Joan Lyons. I work for Boulder Transportation Connections. We're the City of Boulder Transportation Management Organization. So we work really closely with VIA. We promote a lot of their services. So that's part of the reason why I'm here today, is to support them. And I did drink a coffee with oat milk, and then I also had Mama Chia. I don't know if anyone's had it, but it's really good. It's like drinkable chia. So I finished both of them just recently.
Thanks, Joan. I love those. I love chia seeds. Sometimes I mix it into apple juice, just the seeds. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, good morning. This is Elaine, also with Boulder Transportation Connections. And how I know VIA, I've been around the transportation world long enough that I actually collaborated with Special Transit getting the Hop Shuttle up and running. So I've known them for years. And of course, since joining BTC, we've done a lot together. And I'm kind of just finishing my morning coffee.
Great. Thank you so much. Let's see. Next, I'm going to call on Aiko. Hi.
Good morning. My name is Aiko Fisher, and I have been with VIA for about 3 years, and I'm a development coordinator. But before that, I was a writer of more than 10 years ago. I was a writer of Call and Ride, which is now Flex Ride. And this morning, I'm having my regular tea with some milk.
Thank you, Aiko. Hi, James. Jim, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and unmute yourself and say who you are and how you know us. Oh, Jim, you're muted, my friend. Let me see if I can unmute you from here.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
I'm in my man cave working, and I've got Earl Grey dark tea, and I've been with VIA 14 years. I started out as a driver and then was operations specialist for VIA Paratransit, and now I'm the recruitment manager that hires drivers and other individuals and so forth. So,
thank you so much, Jim. Thanks for being here. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, go ahead and unmute yourself and come say hi.
Hi, I'm Peggy, and I'm a volunteer driver, and I've done that for about 3 years now. I love it, and I am drinking my orange juice out of my new Harry Potter glass.
So fun. Thanks, Peggy. Good to see you again. Hey, Brian. Go ahead and unmute yourself and say who you are and how you're involved with VIA.
Hi, can you hear me now? Or?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now I can't see me, but hey, I'm Brian. Let me see if I can find my picture again. I'm joining from my phone because I just came in from a doctor's appointment, so I just joined the phone real quick. I just had a cortado from E. Simpson Coffee Company in Lafayette, which was delicious. And I'm glad to join you guys. I'm a travel trainer or bus trainer for VIA, and I thought I'd just try this little coffee chat thing and see what's up with it. So, hello, everybody.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us, Brian. It's good to see you. And I definitely was sharing your photo just a few minutes ago with the trainee, and it's so cute. So, yeah, I'm so happy that you're here to look, everyone. It's Brian. Thank you so much. Did I miss anyone? Any introductions? Cool. Well, that's great. We've got a small but mighty group today, and we're going to move forward with a mighty time. So I'd love to turn it over to Ashley, and I know I've got some slides to share for you. Ashley's going to share on behalf of Dr. Mac about the new Getting There app. So I'll get these slides on up. Yes. Let me just make it big and pretty. Sorry, I should have had this ready to go.
No, you're good. No worries.
All right, take it away, Ashley. Let me know when to move.
Okay, perfect. So like I said, I'm Ashley Doty, the program manager for the Getting There app, which is a parent transit app. So you can move forward, Zoe, from this slide. So just kind of an app overview for you guys. Like Zoe said before, we released the app, which is still in development, but it's really transitioning our paper Getting There guide, which has been around for quite a while, into an app to be able to use on your mobile phone. And it's really focusing on paratransit as well. With the app, the information that's going to be included in that is public transportation, so like RTD, things like that, volunteer-based driving services, and then also private options for individuals. And then with this app, to go beyond the Getting There guide, so you're going to have that database information, but what also with the app is we've created filters so that the user can help narrow down the list of providers to suit their needs. And then this app was actually funded by a grant through Next 50 initiative, which is really focusing on helping older individuals. Go ahead, Zoe. All right, and so with the app design, the demographic we did really focus on was individuals with disabilities and older adults. However, the app is available for anyone to use and download, and it's also free. The other thing I do want to mention is when the app is downloaded, you do not need to create a login, so no username, no password. When it's downloaded and you open it, it's up and running and ready to go. We also will have it certified by a third party as a fully accessible app, so following ADA guidelines. And then the other thing I just wanted to focus, it's not a very flashy app. It doesn't do a crazy amount of different things. It's very focused. So we really tried to help that with the color design and everything, just to help individuals who are older and those who may be visually impaired, that it's not distracting or hard to read or anything like that. Okay, Zoe, go ahead. So the service area that this app covers is going to be the 9 counties that really make up the Denver metro area. So Adams, Arapahoe, Boulder, Brimfield, Clear Creek, Denver, Douglas, Gilpin, and Jefferson. There will be more limited resources, more for like Clear Creek and Gilpin, that may just focus on specific transportation in those areas, or just a couple, just because they're a little bit more limited in those counties compared to the others. Okay, Zoe, go ahead. And then if you want to download the app, you can go to the Apple App Store and Google Play as well. They're both available there. And then you just type in Getting There, and this icon will pop up, and that's what's going to show up when you download it, okay? All right, Zoe. Okay, so here's actually, let's look at what the app actually looks like. So when you download it, this is what's going to pop up on your screen. So it's the Getting There app. And how the user is going to start is in this filter. It's where are you now? So you have 2 options with this. when you click on it, it's a scroll down. And so you can either choose, I don't know, find my location, and that is going to allow the user to use geolocation to get a pretty accurate area where they're located. Or they can just choose the county they're in as well. So they could choose like Jefferson or Boulder, anything like that also. And so once you, oh, one side note, El Paso, Garfield, and Gunnison and Larimer are included in this, even though we don't really cover that area. That's because Bustang does, and Bustang is one of the providers. So that's why those 4 are included. But besides that, there's no other provider in that area besides IntelliRide. Okay, Zoe, so you can scroll forward. So now we entered where we are now. And so then it's gonna come up to where do you wanna go? And so with that, you can either enter the exact address of where you wanna go, or if you're like me and I have to Google the exact address a lot of where I wanna go, you can just type in the city and zip code. Just the zip code needs to be included in whichever option you use, okay? Go ahead, Zoe. All right, and then after you choose where you are and where you want to go, this is where the filters come to play that really help narrow down the options for users. So first you can choose your age, and this is going to be specific, especially for people like Via and things that do have an age limit for riders or person with disabilities. This help narrows that down. So you can choose between 18 and 100, and if you're over 100, you can just pretend you're still 100 if you want to. And then it's going to also show if an individual needs accommodation. So if they have none, they need curb-to-curb pickup, door-to-door pickup. If they need a stretcher, a wheelchair accessible vehicle, or wheelchair accessible vehicle and stretcher. Also, if they're a veteran, they can choose yes or no, because there are some that are specific to veterans. With Medicaid, with like IntelliRide. And then also the other one to help narrow down is ride purpose. So if an individual needs to go to the airport, cancer-related medical appointment, medical procedure, or other. So other would be more personal, like groceries, pharmacy, you know, social event you want to go to, something like that. And then when they're done with that, you're going to hit this little button, there we go, in the corner. Sorry, it cut off a little bit. Is the Get Me There. Or if you say, oh, I messed this up, this is not what I wanted, you can just hit start over and it will clear all of those options you chose so you can start over. All right, go ahead, Zoe. Okay, and so then we hit Get Me There, and this is the list that's gonna pop up. So from my choices that I made, it has 13 available providers that I can look at. And so I go, oh, Lakewood Rides looks pretty good. I'm kind of interested in that. Or I can scroll down more. One note I do want to mention, if you chose, like say I chose other for my trip, but I really needed medical, you can go back and hit modify and it will still have all those filters filled in. And then you could just like modify that one and hit Get There again. Or if you were like, this isn't what I wanted, you can start over to clear all the filters. Okay, so here's the list, and then so I'm going to have you move forward because I'm going to give a little bit more information on that. One side note in the list is there are symbols. You'll notice like the telephone, there was like the RTD symbol. So the user can actually tap on that, and it will show them what it is. So this is like by appointment. If I hit that, it would pop up by appointment. This was helped just to reduce word cluttering, so to use symbols for individuals, but some people may not know that they could just click on it to know what that means, but I just wanted to let you know. Head Zoe. Okay, so now we get into the actual list. So say I was interested from that list in Lakewood Rides. So it has here the phone numbers. So you can actually just hit this button directly and it will be able to call. So you don't have to back out and like back and forth to dial the number. You can hit that and it will say, do you want to call? Hit yes, and it will just call them directly. Or it will take you, if you hit the website button, it will take you to their, out into like Safari or Google or whatever your browser is, to their website directly as well if you need more information. And then it's also going to provide information on if they support like wheelchair or anything like that, but then who their services are for. So that's with person with disabilities and 60 plus. If there's any cost for them, hours of service that they provide rides, if they need to have an advanced time to schedule, and then any also additional information. So like Lakewood Rides is specific to their residents only, but they can go out of Jefferson County or Lakewood specifically. And so if you were like, oh yeah, they sound like a good option, then the user could call to schedule a ride. Or if they go, I'm looking for something a little bit different, they can hit close, and then they can just hit more information on another provider, and it will pop up that list, just like this one, to get more information for them. Okay, go ahead. So that's kind of the main bulk of the actual filtering lists, the actual providers. Just to note on that, this app does not actually like schedule a ride for a user. The user's still going to have to schedule their ride by either calling or visiting their website, you know, if they need additional paperwork or anything like that. But it is really, this app's main focus is to provide them with information for their needs, but then the user or the rider or caregiver is going to have to actually schedule the ride. Okay, and one other feature we have with this app is the menu. And so here's your little hamburger button that's in the left upper hand corner. This little hamburger is on all the pages. So if you were actually in the list of providers or anything like that, you could still get to the menu from there as well. So this information is gonna, this menu is gonna include information about DRMAC in general, the service area. So it's gonna show that map I showed you earlier of where we show where the providers are. It's gonna give you more information on Medicaid transportation. So if someone was needing to sign up or anything like that, that gives them a good outline of where to go and get started. Specific veteran transportation information as well. If someone's on peak and they need fare assistance through the RTD Live program, it gives them information on how to sign up for that. And then it's also going to have other tools like Google Maps, the Bustang app, RTD Next Ride, Dr. Cog's app. So, you know, if VIA had an app or something like that, and where people could schedule rides or something like that, that could be added so individuals could go there directly. And then the other big thing we have on there is our information and assistance line number, because we do have individuals that may not be able to get through the app or have questions or anything like that. So they can still call us. We're still open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and still helping individuals find rides and get that information, or we can walk them through. So that's still absolutely available. That's not taking this away. All right, okay, you can go forward. Some app updates that we're still working on would be a create an app. Oh, I don't know, Elaine. I don't know if they're going to create an app or if they're going to direct. So if they create an app, we can kind of, I guess, partner. So we are still in the process of updating the database. So if you download this now, you are absolutely able to do that and start using it. But there are going to be some glitches per se in like the information that's providing, because there's a lot of data. And I've found some issues that I'm working on so that we're just getting the best answer for individuals. So know that that's still in development. And then a few months down the road, this app is only in English right now, but we are going to add language translations for Spanish, Arabic, Russian, and Somali as well. So we're very excited about that, because I think that's just going to be more available to our different populations in the area as well. All right, so do we have any questions specifically on the app, of comments, how to use it, suggestions, anything like that at the moment? You can speak or chat. Either works.
Oh, sorry, I went too far.
It's going to be
Are we? Okay, I saw one from Elaine. Are we going to translate to more languages? I know in Boulder area there's substantial Asian population, though I don't know the breakdown. I think maybe eventually. I think our first 4 are going to be kind of those main ones that are more in the Denver metro area, but I think that's a great suggestion and probably something we can look at maybe with a future update in the app after this one. This one's going to be closer to like November, December with those 4 languages, so it'd probably be in the next year if we looked at that. But great suggestion, Elaine. Any other questions or comments on how to use it? It is pretty simple. It is pretty, I think, in my opinion, easy to understand how to use it. But that's just me though. So there with older populations and things, we are wanting to do trainings for organizations to help, especially in organizations that work with older adults, so that we can train them so that they can show their older population how to use this. That would be a good resource for them if they have a smartphone. But like I said, if someone doesn't, our INA liner is always available, and we're also still going to have that option on our website as well if someone just has a computer for that. So, will they be doing on Sunday? I'm not sure what that means, Joyce. Could you clarify?
will they be driving on Sundays to go other places, like church and stuff?
So that's really going to just depend on the provider you choose. You can access the app 24/7, and then you can just look. Say if you filtered other, you can see who's available for a provider that's 24/7 or have weekend things. So it's really going to depend on the provider itself, the list you see. And Eco, yes, I am actually working with someone from the organization specifically for visually impaired, and she's going to walk me through some options and things so that we have that figured out. So that's still in process as well, but yes, we are working on that. Any other questions? Okay. I have one more slide, Zoe. So here's my information. If you guys have any feedback that pops into your head or questions or anything like that, you can shoot me an email at adoty@drmac-co.org. Or if you guys know or think of organizations that may be interested in getting that app out there to their clients, that would be a useful resource. You can have them email me, or you can let me know and I'll reach out to them for trainings. As soon as I get the database fixed, I'm actually going to be doing trainings where I walk through the app live over Zoom so that they can walk through it with me. So those trainings are coming up where they can actually see how it works live as well, which may be helpful for individuals. So any other questions or anything, or I'll pass it back over to Zoe.
I want to say thank you, Ashley. And currently, VIA has a pending application with the Next 50 initiative, which I know is what helped make this app possible. And part of what we're asking for are some funds to do training for older adults and people with disabilities on different technologies, mobility technologies. So we'd love to keep you in the loop on that, see how we can make this available to as many people as possible.